This is lesson 29.2. This is Easter, the second part. Let's go to the next slide. You look at the slide while I read the story. When Jesus was here on earth, he did many wonderful things for people. He made blind people see. He healed disabled people so they could walk again. He taught people about God. Jesus loved people very much, and many people loved him. But not everyone loved Jesus. Some of the leaders hated Jesus. In fact, they were looking for a way to get rid of Jesus. They didn't like it that many men and women wanted Jesus to be their leader. These angry people said, if we let Jesus go on like this, everyone will believe in him and we won't be in charge anymore. These people decided to arrest Jesus and kill him. And Jesus let them arrest him and kill him. Even though these people were doing something very, very bad, Jesus knew that God would turn their plans into something very, very good. Jesus knew that the reason he came to earth was to take the punishment for all the things we did wrong and all the things that all people had done or ever would do. Jesus knew that God was in charge of what was happening. So Jesus let the people kill him on the cross. That was a sad, sad thing. It was a sad day for Jesus' friends. They put Jesus' body in a tomb in a garden. A tomb is like a little room cut in the side of a hill. They left Jesus' body in the tomb and rolled a big, big rock in front of the opening. On the first day of the week, some women who were Jesus' friends walked sadly to the garden where the tomb was. Their wonderful friend Jesus was dead. But when the women got to the tomb, God had a big surprise for them. The huge rock in front of the opening had been moved. Jesus' body was gone. Suddenly, the women saw angels wearing bright, shining robes. "Why are you looking for Jesus here?" an angel asked. "Jesus isn't dead. He is alive. He has risen and as he said he would." Now the women remembered. Jesus had told them he would die, but would rise and live again. As they went to tell others, Jesus met them and said, "Be full of joy." The women got down on their knees in front of Jesus and worshiped him. They weren't sad anymore. They were very happy. They got up and ran to share the good news with Jesus' other friends. "Jesus is alive," they said. Oh, what wonderful news. Let's go to the next slide. If you'll take out the paper, it should be on the back of the one that you did yesterday. This one says, draw a triangle around the pictures that showed how Jesus' friends reacted when he died. Circle the pictures that show how Jesus' friends reacted when they knew Jesus was alive. Let's look at picture number 1. This little girl has her arms in the air and she's like, yay! She's really praising and happy. She's celebrating. So let's put a circle around that one because that shows how his friends would react when they saw him, when they knew he was alive. Let's go down here to the next picture. This child has a very, very sad, frowny face worried maybe, upset, sad. You think that's the way they would, the friends would have reacted when they found out that he was alive or when he had died? That would be what I would feel like when I found out. So I'm putting a triangle around that, because that's how they would have felt, how they would have reacted when they found out he was dead. Let's go to number 3. This little boy looks like he's just so upset, and he's crying and he's holding his head, just very, very upset. Do you think that would be the reaction when the friends found out Jesus died, or whenever they found out he was alive? I think that whenever they found out he was dead, they might have done that. There's bad news, and then there was good news, huh? Now this little boy's got a big smile on his face. I'll bet those friends of Jesus had a smile on their face when they found out he was alive. Oh, this is a sad face. He looks like he's crying. I think I would have cried too if I had been there and just known that Jesus had died, and not knowing that he was going to be back. Oh, sad, sad face. So let's put a triangle around that. This little girl's got a smiley face, so I think that would be the face of someone who just found out some good news. Let's circle this one. Down here it says trace and read this sentence. I'm going to read it, and you guys can trace it. Make sure you stay on the line. Mine's kind of hard to do, but it says, Jesus is alive. And this next weekend is Easter, and you can celebrate that Jesus is alive, and he is. Go ahead and trace that. And I will say bye-bye for today for this lesson.